Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure? That's what you're telling me?
The world and the life that we live in is the ultimate competitor. It will try to take you out. It will find your weakness.
It's a wrong question. There's no failure in sports. You know, there's good days, I don't know, provide the house for them or take care of your parents. You work towards it. It's not a failure. It's steps to success.
If you really want to do something, you always get to be a talker. You always get to run your fucking mouth. Perform without motivation. You have to learn to perform without purpose.
You know, obviously I had a certain attribute. I was fast. That's the only attribute I had when I was young. I was fast. You have guys that are technical or see the game or whatever, awareness or whatever. I was just fast. So I had to work really hard. And I know people will say, oh my God, okay, that cliche sentence. No, I had to work really hard every day.
But motivation, you have to learn to exist without it. You have to learn to be, you have to be your best self when you're least motivated.
Pain to be an athlete. And I know, no pain, no this, whatever, all the, you know, the
correct sense.
Oh my, no, this is real. You need to love pain. However, mentally, physically, love it. You need to love it. If not, stay where you are.
When you go to war with yourself, you find a lot of peace because you know exactly who you are. Take 2 steps. You got to answer that question after you take the first step. But I can always take one more step, so if I choose not to, that's on me. And I got to live with that. Hard work, the real calluses on my mind, the real calluses on my hands. That's it. You don't need to pound your chest.
Strict. Well, it can go both ways.
Yeah.
It can make you or break you. I decided it was going to make me. But I had to put my dad on the side at one point. I had to put everybody on the side at one point.
Just the smallest thing. You have to be proud of yourself.
Some days you are able to be successful, some days you're not. Some days it's your turn, some days it's not your turn. And that's what sport is about. You don't always win.
That's where I gain the advantage. It's so easy to be great nowadays, my friend, because most people are weak. Most people don't want to go to that extra mile. Most people don't want to find that. Nothing against you, but I'm not about all this stuff. I'm not one that likes to hear himself talk a lot.
To a certain way, that doesn't mean I'm walking straight. But I'm walking. You gotta put one foot and another one and walk. That's what I've been told since I'm young. And it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter your job. You gotta walk. You gotta stand. No matter how the rough the sea is, whatever it is, you gotta stand and walk.
You're going to lose sleep. You'll doubt whether it'll work. You'll stress to make ends meet. You won't finish your to-do list. You'll wonder whether you made the right call and have no way to know for years. This is what hard feels like, and that's okay. Everything worth doing is hard, and the more worth doing it is, the harder it is. The greater the payoff, the greater the hardship. If it's hard, good. It means no one else will do it. More for you.
I think a lot of entrepreneurship and even personal growth is training yourself on how you respond to hard. Because in the early days, hard was, ooh, stop. This isn't good. This is a warning sign. This is a red flag. I should slow down, or I should stop, I should pivot. But the more I think about it as a competitive landscape, as I'm clear on what this path is supposed to look like, and these rocks and these dragons are things that I'm going to have to slay along the way to get the princess or get the treasure, I get happier about the harder it is because I know that no one else will follow.
It's a selection effect.
And I think if you can shift from this is hard to no one else will be able to do this, then it flips from being this thing that you're like, oh, poor me, to oh, poor everyone else who's gonna have to fucking try. And I think that is so much more motivating as a frame for the exact same circumstance.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was thinking a lot about the lonely chapter that we talked about the last time. That was the best, most powerful idea I think that we came up with. And if you see there basically being no shortcuts toward getting the thing that you want, there are ways to be more and less efficient. There are ways to do things with more and less of a positive disposition, which can actually make the journey feel an awful lot easier. But ultimately, if you assume that largely everyone needs to go through the same challenges that you're going through, every single difficult thing that you do is kind of like a massive wall that you need to get over. And you go, wow, fuck, I'm so glad that I've got over that wall. And think about how many people are going to be selected out. It's like the Hunger Games, you know? Think about how many other people are going to fall at that wall there.
People only root for people who don't need it. Like, the amount of times when I was on my lonely path where I was too different from the friends that I had, but not successful enough to be friends with the people that I wanted to be friends with. That's when you want people to root for you. That's when you want people to support you. Once you've already won, people are like, he's amazing, he's so good. But like, that's the time when you need it the least. And so you always have to be the person who roots for you before everyone else does. And it's usually a single clap in the auditorium for a very long period of time of the story that you'll someday tell. And so like, no one ever tells stories about the hero who made it all happen immediately and had no hardships. No one cares, right? Like, okay, you were born to a billionaire. Is there a story there? Not really. But everyone loves the story because we can see ourselves in the character and how much we hope to be like them. And it's the being like them, not the having what they have, that we usually like.
Right, and I tell this to my daughter, and my daughter's team as well that I coach. It's a simple thing of math. If you want to be a great player, if you play every single day, 2-3 hours, every single day, over the course of a year, how much better are you getting? Most kids will play maybe, an hour and a half, 2 days a week.
Right.
Do the math on that. It's not going to get it done. It's not going to get it done, right? So if you're obsessively training 2-3 hours every single day over a year, over 2 years,
you're accelerating.
You make quantum leap of stuff. And so that was my way of showing them, yeah, I may be from the suburbs, but, and one of the things I would do is while everybody would be at the cafeteria work, eating and doing all sort of stuff, I just go, one of my English teachers at Lower Merion named Mr. Fisk. He had a great quote that said, rest at the end, not in the middle. And that's something I always live by. I'm not going to rest, I'm going to keep on pushing now. There are a lot of answers that I don't have, even questions that I don't have. But I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going, and I'll figure these things out as we go, right? And you just continue to build that way. So I try to live by that all the time.
Rest at the end.
Rest at the end.
What person on my team in 16 years that has consistently beat me to the ball every play? So when you put on this, they take care of my mom.
We always hell today. When that whistle blow.
Have to be ready, prepared for that situation. Everybody runs from pressure. Okay, it's easy to blame somebody else, to play armchair quarterback, to say, oh yeah, if they would have ran this play, this would have happened. Pressure is a privilege. If you're an employee of this company and the boss puts you into a pressure situation, that's a privilege. He believes in you. You better deliver. Because if you don't, that situation goes to somebody else, and you may never get that opportunity again. Back to me like a scared individual, it transcends whatever you're doing. It's not a switch you turn on and off. Cleaner switches don't need to be turning off, okay? There's no such thing as beast mode. They're just beasts. There is no mode.
He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. I don't know how many of y'all got asthma in here today, but if you ever had an asthma attack before, you short of breath, SOB, shortness of breath, you wheezing. The only thing you trying to do is get some air. You don't care about no basketball game. You don't care what's on TV. You don't care about nobody calling you. You don't care about a party. The only thing you care about when you're trying to breathe is to get some fresh air. That's it. And when you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it badder than you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep. Some of you love sleep more than you love success. And I'm here to tell you today, if you're going to be successful, you've got to be willing to give up sleep. You got to be willing to work off for 3 hours of sleep, 2 hours. If you really want to be successful, some days you're going to have to stay up 3 days in a row. Because if you go to sleep, you might miss the opportunity to be successful. That's how bad you got to want it. You got to go days without, listen to me, you got to want to be successful so bad that you forget to eat. Beyonce said once she was on the set doing her thing, 3 days had gone by, she forgot she didn't eat.
Any kind, thank you, Lord. And so when my career ended, I said, okay, cool. My career ended. My arm and my hand is paralyzed. My heart isn't. My arm and my hand is paralyzed. My mindset isn't. My arm and my hand is paralyzed. My drive isn't. My arm and my hand is paralyzed. My commitment level isn't. My arm and my hand is paralyzed. My passion isn't. My arm and my hand is paralyzed. My relationship with Christ isn't. And so every single day of my natural born life, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna use this arm, not just with like how I live my life, I'm gonna use this arm every single day of my life to impact another life. I owe people one thing every single day.
Or somebody say, you can count on me, and they don't come through. What if we have that kind of attitude? The car's repossessed. Nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off, but you're still looking at your dream, reviewing it every day, and say to yourself, it's not over until I win. Life will yield to you. Now here's the next step. Repeat after me, please. It's possible. I can live my dream. It's necessary. I work on myself. Surround myself with winners. Become creative. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to be easy. It was hard laying on the floor of the Penobscot building, looking out of the window, daydreaming, saying, Les, can you do this? Can you make this happen? I used to listen to tapes day in and day out about See You at the Top, my great friend Zig and Dennis Waitley and different other motivational speakers and Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. And Dexter saying, don't let nobody steal your dream. I used to ask myself, can I do this?